This is Vader Reviews. We are honored that you would join us. Zack is back, and he's on the attack. He just dropped the trailer for Rebel Moon Part Dos. Or will it be a steam and deuce? Only one way to find out, sports fans. Let's start this bad boy in 3, 2, 1. This elevator's giving me some serious Aliens vibes. Here we go. Every TV show and movie's having these super cool hallway scenes. Looks like this is hers. It's pretty wizard, I dig it. Starting this trailer off with a bang. Send in the clowns. Ooh, I like that exhaust coming from those transports. Looks like they run on diesel. Space diesel. Speaking of diesel, this kind of makes me think of Chronicles of Riddick. In terms of the look and vibe. Something I'm really looking forward to in this film is Zack Snyder said that it's going to be a war film, and we're going to get the backstories of each character, explaining why they hate the Imperium, and what they're fighting for. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about these characters, and their motivations. Should be very interesting.
I should destroy them.
Ooh, he did a superhero landing. Now this guy, he's called Admiral Noble, but he's far from noble. He's one of the most despicable villains I've seen in a while. Now that's a super battle droid right there. I'm looking forward to seeing Jimmy's fighting scenes. He's a pretty wizard droid. Alright, there we go. Nemesis was my favorite character from the first film. And I'm looking forward to seeing what she does with her red lightsabers in this one. This is tense. Zack Snyder promised a war film, and it looks like he's certainly going to deliver. A Star War, if you will. That's probably going to be the finale right there. An epic duel between the Scargiver and Admiral Noble. I'm looking forward to seeing the saber choreography. Should be pretty wizard. Action, after all, is Zack Snyder's claim to fame. April 19th. Well, I'm not usually a fan of Rebel scum, but I have to admit this looks pretty wizard indeed. And I don't care what anyone says, I did like the slow motion too. It looks like part 2 is going to be a lot more action-packed than the first one. And when Zack Snyder promises an all-out war film, he certainly delivers. The characters I'm looking forward to learning more about the most are General Titus, Nemesis, Prince Terek, and I'm also interested in the rivalry between Scargiver and Admiral Noble. I really like the visual aesthetic set by this trailer. At times, it reminded me of the Chronicles of Riddick. I feel like the Necromonkers and Riddick himself would fit very nicely into the world of Rebel Moon. And whether it's in Star Wars, Gundam, Gungale from Sword Art Online, Thundar the Barbarian, or Centurions, lightsabers will always be my favorite sci-fi weapon. And I'm looking forward to seeing Zack's take on this elegant weapon from a more civilized age in Rebel Moon. Visceral intensity is a hallmark of Zack Snyder's fight sequences, so I'm very interested in seeing his grittier take on saber combat. I know it's popular to crap all over this movie right now, but I, for one, am really looking forward to it. You don't have to agree with me, but at least you know my opinions aren't bought and paid for. Now, I'm not saying you have to like Zack Snyder or his films, but the two main complaints I've always heard are, they're gray and desaturated, and there's lots of slow motion. But neither of these arguments hold any water. Let's put our thinking caps on for a minute, kids, and let me explain color theory. The human brain is psychologically conditioned to respond different ways to different colors, which is why a sunny day will feel uplifting and cheerful, while a cloudy, overcast day tends to make people feel more depressed. Taking this into the realm of film, a highly saturated movie, or image of any kind, will feel cheerful, sometimes even childish, while a highly desaturated film will have a somber and serious tone. And Zack Snyder is not the only one who does this. The highly celebrated Godzilla -1 and Denis Villeneuve's Dune were both highly desaturated films. And as for slow motion, Denis Villeneuve utilized slow motion in Dune Part 1 and 2. There was also slow motion in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, The Matrix, Christopher Nolan's Inception, as well as many films in the MCU. Desaturation and slow motion are two psychological filmmaking tools to create sadness or intensity. And since Snyder favors strong emotions and strong violence in his films, it's only natural that he would utilize these filmmaking techniques that are so prevalent in film today. Film is highly subjective, and it all depends greatly on your own point of view. So go ahead, love Zack Snyder films if you want to, or hate them if you want to. But just be sure it's your own opinion, and not because some jumped-up little turd on the internet told you how to feel about it. Discussing film on the internet is a lot of fun, but never let people tell you what you have to think about a movie. Not even me. This has been Vader Reviews, and always remember, you don't know the power of the dark side.